Now, I know I'm a little late to the party here when it comes to LVO. LVO was about a week ago, but I have thoughts, heretical thoughts, if you will, about a lot of the announcements that were made, particularly to the 40k side of announcements. So I wanted to give my thoughts about them. But if you want to know my thoughts about the other announcements for the other games, Old World, don't care. None of that particularly interested me. Necromunda, I know very little about Necromunda as a game, but some of the minis look cool, and the ones that were announced and shown at LVO, the Ash Waste Nomads, I believe they were called, look amazing. Honestly, if anything was going to get me into Necromunda, it would be those minis in particular. They look so damn cool. So, I don't know, maybe, if I get into Necromunda, I'll start with the Ash Waste Nomads. Horus Heresy, new Thanatar, looks cool, but not particularly interested in the Mechanicum in Heresy. I have a buddy that is. They have a Mechanicum army, so they're pretty happy about the new Thanatar model, so I'm happy for them, but I have no particular interest in getting it, no matter how cool it looks. But, AOS though, Age of Sigmar, or the Soulblight Gravelord stuff, it's not even my favorite army when it comes to death, when it comes to the death faction. But, oh my god, like, everything that came out for Soulblight Gravelords looks so amazing. From like the White King to the Baronites to the standard troops, and more importantly, Prince Vordry on Shordramar, the Vampire Lord and the Giant Undead Dragon. Fucking amazing. Holy shit, does that look awesome. If anything is going to sell me on Soulblight Gravelords, it is that mini in particular. Like, I'm not going to start a Soulblight Gravelord's army. I am buying that mini. Like, I'll take your entire stock. I am for sure getting that mini because I know I'm going to have an absolute blast trying to paint this mini. It's going to look... I'm so excited for that one. So, army set, not particularly interested in. The Vampire Lord looks cool. So, I don't know, maybe, that's a maybe. But Vordry on his Bone Dragon on Shordmare looks so damn good. I'm definitely getting that. I am definitely getting that. But I am here mainly to talk about the 40k announcements. And before we get into the minis and all that, we got to look at the new roadmap for 40k. So we've started off with Krieg. At the time of release, Krieg is about to come out with the army set. Then Eldari is like a week or two later or something. And then the main one the next one is Emperor's Children, which I will talk about at the end. But in the future, we've had a look at what we are possibly getting out that's probably going to be coming to 40k. So updates to the other three Chaos God specific Chaos Space Marine factions. So Death Guard, Thousand Sons World Eaters, probably codexes or supplements. Hopefully more minis, especially with World Eaters. World Eaters needs more minis. From what I've seen, I'm surprised that they don't have as much as like Death Guard or even like Thousand Sons. Hell, Emperor's Children I think got more than World Eaters on their announcement. But again, more of that later. But hopefully, yeah, more with World Eaters. I'm hoping they get also like a Terminator exclusive Terminator for their faction, because I know in Heresy they had the Red Butchers. I think were their like World Eater exclusive Terminator types. So maybe a 40k version of Red Butchers would be cool. I'm not too well versed on World Eaters, so I'm not sure what we could see as like more types of like World Eater exclusive like minis or units, but hopefully that's what they need. Like World Eaters definitely need more minis. Thousand Sons, I'm the most interested in what we could possibly get of those factions. When it comes to Chaos, they're the one I'm most interested in. So who knows what we could get with Thousand Sons. And Death Guard, I'm like, okay, what more can Death Guard have? They have quite a bit, and one of them I'm going to be talking about soon, so I don't know what else we could get with the Death Guard. I feel like they're pretty alright at the moment, but I guess more the merrier when it comes to Death Guard. And then for the, sometime in the future, we got 4 pictures teasing what else could be coming out, and I think it's almost like fully agreed that what it is the first one is Grey Knights, then the second one is very obviously Salamanders. I think I was talking to a buddy, and they joked about oh no, it's not salamanders. Like that. That's a red herring. It's definitely fire dragons. Everyone, we're getting a fire dragons codex. No, they wouldn't do that. Yeah, so definitely second one is salamanders. The third one, I've seen people say either like space wolves or black templars. I think just from the design on the axe, I think it's definitely going to be black templars. And then the last one is very obviously like chaos knights. So for Grey Knights, hopefully it's like an update to minis, because it does, while I don't hate a lot of the Grey Knight minis, I think they do definitely need an update, so that would be cool if they got an update. Salamanders, I'm interested to see what they do with Salamander. If it's going to be like a codex, it's most likely going to be a supplement. But like mini-wise, what would they do with Salamanders? Because they're like one of the other chapters that have barely, like, they have almost nothing when it comes to like exclusive to that chapter minis. So with like Raven Guard, White Scars, Imperial Fist, and Iron Hands, Salamanders has two. It has like was it Adrax or Adrax, and Vulcan Histan, which is an older mini. So maybe Histan might get a updated Primarisified mini. Maybe their Chapter Master might get a mini. We might, maybe some Salamander exclusive type units, especially they're more very like fire based. So maybe like 40k equivalents to like their Heresy kind of units. What was it like? There was like Pyre Guard or something like that. But again, you could just grab the aggressors and give them the flamers or melters on their wrists, or just use the Infernus Marines. So I don't know. Salamanders is the one I'm most interested in seeing what they could do with them. Then we have Black Templars. Same with Death Guard. I'm like, what more could you do with Black Templar? So I don't know. We'll see with those. And then Chaos Knights, which I'm guessing is also probably going to be Imperial Knights, because it's funny. Last year, Imperial Knights was one of the 3 that was teased for 2025, alongside Krieg-focused Astra Militarum and then Eldari. So it's so funny. Oh, then there's that teaser of something for Chaos, which turned out to be Emperor's Children. But then it's so funny that Knights have just gotten pushed back towards like some time in the future. So Chaos Knights, I like Knights. They look cool. I own 2 Knights. I have a Chaos Knight built as a Rampager, and it's painted with like Thousand Sons colors. And then I just recently finished painting a Knight Errant in the House Raven colors, because I might attach that to my Blood Angels army if I'm doing like a higher points like game in the future, like somewhere like maybe like a 3k point like army. So whatever Knights it could be, hoping it looks cool. There's a possibility, there's a maybe. So yeah, that's the roadmap. Let's talk about the actual like minis that we were shown. So starting off with, we have our Black Library Celebrations. So Min Kalesk is getting a new mini, but not by herself. She's getting her own Command Squad mini. Cadian 101st, nicknamed Hell's Last. She's joined by Veteran Trooper Jeremy, Commissar Shan, Confessor Talbias, and Gronia Ironbow, first seen in Shadow of the Eighth. I'm going to assume that's like a novel or something. Minka's mini, it looks good. I know she had one before, which was just by herself. It looks good. The Jeremy and Ironbrow, they look fine. They look simple, so they're okay. The Confessor with the flag looks amazing, But my favorite is the Commissar. Commissar Shant looks so cool. And I just love that he has his axe is like, he's holding it behind his back, like he's ready to deal like punishment on a guardsman. Like, you guardsman, you are very inadequate and you have not met my expectations on the battlefield, but I do believe in positive reinforcement, so step right up to receive your shiny but incredibly sharp gift. Will I be getting this mini? Probably not, even though if I did, I would really only want it for the Commissar, and I'm not really going to be running an Astra Militarum army in the foreseeable future, so I'll give it a pass, leave it on the shelf. It's coming with a new book as well, Hell's Last, a Minkaleska novel by Justin D. Hill. Not particularly interested in like the guard side of like the Black Library, so I'll leave that on the shelf as well. And then also on this article is another Black Library Celebration mini for AOS. Malinith Witchblade and her book Shade of Cain book. Not particularly interested in. The collector's edition looks pretty cool, but other than that, I'll leave on the shelf for that one. The mini itself, I like everything except the face. Everything else looks good. It looks fine. How the face is painted or sculpted, I don't know. I'm not like the most proficient painter. I think I'm pretty like average. But I feel like you could have had another go at that face or how it was sculpted. It's not a particularly like okay, good looking face, but in the end I'm not getting that mini, so it doesn't really worry me. So moving on, as we lead up to Chaos, we have our new Death Guard mini. You know how I said that Death Guard, I think they're pretty fine when it comes to minis. Well, I guess Games Workshop had other ideas, because we have a new Death Guard like Lord, the Lord of Poxes, which was, I think, leaked beforehand, or we had inklings of like the silhouette of like, or how it would be built. But now it's been officially announced and released to be coming out in the future. I like this. Front, it looks like simple, typical looking Death Guard, but then you have the big backpack, you got the like tattered robes attached to it, but the main part is the giant rusted sword. How it's positioned, like hung up by the backpack, and how the Lord of Poxes is holding it, hard. That image is hard as fuck. I will absolutely get this model. I think it's so damn cool. It's a model that I would put in does simple amazingly. There is another model that's at the top there. I'm not going to say. I might leave that for another video, or a part of another video when I get to it. But I really like this model. I'll take your entire stock. I'm probably might get two, because I have a good idea of kit bashing the other one. I'm still working on what I could kit bash it for, but I know there is an idea forming on how to kit bash it, and it is definitely centered around the sword. So I'll see how that goes once I get it. But we're not done with Chaos, because LVO saved the best for last, and that is the full release of what we are getting for the Emperor's Children. So we start off with our reminder of our Fulgrim mini, which was announced around Christmas. Looks amazing. You know, my thoughts on it. I love this mini. I'm not a big fan on all of the face options. I think only 2 of them are cool, or I really like. Although the other one of those remaining 2 that I like, Fulgrim having a helmet option, I feel like wouldn't make sense for Fulgrim, because, you know, the whole pride, incredibly vain. You really think Fulgrim, of all people, would want to cover his face? No, he could look like that you have just, you know, smeared Elon Musk's face with like excrement, but he's still gonna think he's the hottest bitch at the club. Okay, Fulgrim from what I know about Fulgrim, he's not covering his face. But I do like that there is a helmet option for those that don't want to deal with the face. However, I will be dealing with the face, particularly the main, like, open mouth smile one. I feel like that's a very great fit for that model. So I'm definitely getting Fulgrim's model. I'll take your entire stock. But alongside that model, we have Fulgrim the Perfect Son by Jude Reed. New novel from Black Library. Definitely getting that. I'll take your entire stock. I'll definitely be getting that book. It's talking about what Fulgrim has been up to. So, because technically one of the few things the two main things we know that Fulgrim has done as what was 10,000 years ago, fatally injured Gilliman, resulting in him being put into stasis, and then 10,000 years later brought back after the aftermath of the fall of Cadia. The other one being, hey, shitface, by Rylanor. Rylanor just activating a virus bomb in his face. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the old snaky boy has been up to the current 41st millennium. But of course, if for some reason for the Emperor's Children they weren't going to bring Fulgrim back, of course they would be bringing back Lucius the Eternal, and he's got a new mini because thank God that old one is definitely horrendous. Sure, Slaanesh would probably love it, but I don't. It's not good looking on the eyes. But this new one though is, oh, god damn it, it looks so amazing. It is, first of all, take your entire stock. I am absolutely buying Lucius's model. This looks like it's going to be another mini where it's going to be so much fun painting this. It looks so amazing. His disgusting long tongue, the whole tongue whip coming out of the shoulder plate, the faces on his armor, the whole vials on his back that are injecting into his head. Everything about this model, it looks so amazing. Also, rip to the new Iron Hands model that's on the base. Hey, Iron Hands, at least you got a new one that's not Iron Father Pharos. So, but no, I am absolutely getting this model. And then moving on, we have our new Chaos Lord for the Emperor's Children, the Lord Exultant. The first way that it's built with the clawed power fist and the they call it the power spear. It's more of a kind of a glaive, I guess, but power spear. How that configuration I think is my favorite. It looks so awesome. The robes, like the hanging robes, like cape, looks fantastic. I love the head option on it. I'm not a particular fan on the helmetless option and the other weapon varieties. That the whip and like the pistols look fine, the sword looks fine, but it doesn't stand out as much as the clawed power fist and the power spear. I think that's the best looking one of those three configurations. So Lord Exultant, absolutely getting, but it is in the army set box, so I'm getting it regardless. More on that later. Next up, another favorite of mine, the Lord Cacophonist. Oh, this looks it looks metal as fuck, bro. It looks so damn good. The whole huge fucking speakers on his back, bro, and that helmet. Oh, it looks so awesome. And I think it's so funny, like it has like I think they said it has like other options for weapons, and I'm like, it's keeping those damn pistols, bro. Why would you give the guy that's all based on sound non-sonic weaponry? So Lord Cacophonist, take your entire stock. I think that looks so awesome. And then we come to our updated Noise Marines. They also look amazing, and they're coming in the army set, so I'll take your entire stock. And then the Flawless Blades. Funny that you met that these exist because they are a 40k equivalent to the Palatine Blades from Heresy, And fun fact, I originally recorded a similar video to this talking about like my thoughts on the upcoming Emperor's Children releases, but this was prior to LVO coming out. And I mentioned what I would like to see is an 40k equivalent to the Palatine Blades. So, imagine my surprise that we got one with the Flawless Blades. They look cool. I'm not particularly a big fan of the helmetless options. I know the stretched heads, very Slaanesh-y, but kind of goofy looking. The only helmetless one I like is the one with like the clockwork orange, like opened up eyes, like the pinned open eyes with the speaker mouth. That looks cool. And then we saw a little bit in the announcement there is helmet options, which I wish that they actually showed more like properly. So helmet option, from what the little bit we could see, that looked pretty cool. Definitely getting the Flawless Blades. I'll take your entire stock. And then we come to our baseline troops, the Tormentors slash Infractors. They can be built as either option. They look cool, but they are, somewhat just standard. They're the weakest of these releases, but they still look cool. So yeah, well, they're coming in the army set, so I'm definitely getting them. Helmetless options, again, not the biggest fan of. I love that they have the beaky helmets. That's cool. I feel like I love when the Chaos Space Marines have like helmet options that are still like, they're just like warped, corrupted version of the Heresy era like helmets. So, with like Plague Marines, some of the Plague Marines you can build, and they have the with the Mark III looking helmet. So that's cool. So then Emperor's Children having like the beaky, or was it Mark VI helmet? That's a nice little tidbit. I like that. And yeah, it's going to be, the first thing coming out for them is going to be the Champions of Slaanesh army set, coming with the special edition codex, which of course, if they're going to choose an image, it is that image of an Emperor's Children Chaos Space Marine, one of the most iconic Emperor's Children Chaos Space Marine images that wherever I see, whenever I like type out Emperor's Children, that's always like one of them. So yeah, Champions of Slaanesh coming out with a Lord Exultant. It's coming out with 10 Noise Marines, and then 10 was it 10 or like I think it was a 10 or 20 two units of 10 Infractors that can be alternatively built as Tormentors. So yeah, 2 units of 6 Noise Marines, so 12 Noise Marines, 10 Infractors slash 20 Infractors slash Tormentors, and a Lord Exultant with the new codex and with the full set of data cards and a transfer sheet for the decals. And then we had a look at what the regular codex would look like. Looks cool. The Noise Marine just blasting someone with its gun looks so amazing. So I don't know. I'm getting very Slaanesh pilled recently. I think I'm getting everything when it comes to the Emperor's Children stuff. And again, same buddy that likes Mechanicum wants to build is a big Slaanesh fan. So they are thinking of starting a 40k Emperor's Children army. So, good for them. And I'm starting to get a bit Slaanesh pilled. The Tzeentch guy, the Thousand Sons guy is starting to get starting to revel in the excess, I guess. But no, yeah, Emperor's Children definitely was the highlight. Will this be all that there is to Emperor's Children? I don't know. Like I said, I think they definitely from like the get-go had more stuff coming out compared to like World Eaters. But are there any like specific Emperor's Children like minis or like units I would like to see for 40k? Because the weird thing is, I'm happy that Lucius has gotten an updated mini. He definitely needed one, and it was very obvious that he was going to get one with the Emperor's Children like refresh and update. But I'm not a big fan of Lucius's whole taking L's gimmick. So I was hoping that, okay, if you're not going to do Lucius as like as a big important like leader for like or hero unit for Emperor's Children, Eidolon. Because Eidolon doesn't have a 40k mini. He has the Horus Heresy mini, but he doesn't have a 40k mini. So I'm like, okay, give him one. Like, that'd be cool. And it makes him stand out a bit more because compared to every other Emperor's Children soldier here, like unit that have like either blades or sonic weaponries or whips, he uses a hammer. He's the auric hammer, so it stands out a bit more, and it'd be cool to see what Eidolon like really looks like in 40k. I would hope to see they have their own Terminator types. There's the Phoenix Guard, I believe they were called in Heresy, so a 40k equivalent to those would be cool to see. But so far from what we have gotten here, starting off strong for Emperor's Children, definitely. And even if that's just what it is, even if someone for me that's not really an Emperor's Children fan or a Slaanesh fan, I'd be pretty happy with that. It looks amazing. Definitely getting the army set, definitely getting all of the other minis as well. So that is my thoughts on all the LVO announcements. Thank you everyone for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave in the comments what your thoughts were on all of the announcements so far for LVO. Did you have particular favorites or any you thought were a bit disappointing? And I will see you all in the next one. Catch ya.